It's just a normal, joyful day in history class for Jeffrey. Until he sees the teacher write, "You're too young for the real history" on the board. He was puzzled, flabbergasted even. His teacher then says, "So basically, you're all just too young to know what really happened. So I just have to tell you what everyone else knows about this." Jeffrey has never been so shocked in his life. Has all the history he's learned in school his whole life been a lie? Does he even know anything? Who did shoot the first shot at the start of the revolution? You can't trust anything that comes from the past. It all has a bias. Jeffrey doesn't hesitate to raise his hand and ask the most important question he has ever had to ask before. Why are we too young to know what really happened? The teacher looked at him with a confused expression, as if she didn't know the answer either. "Well," she began, "we can't really stop teaching what we've been teaching for so long. It's almost like changing history." Changing history? Isn't teaching something that isn't real changing history? Carol felt the need to pitch in too, so she also raised her hand. The teacher called on her and she said, "I thought we called this class history class because we learned about history. I don't call it public memory class because I figured all this was history. I think we should learn what really happened." The teacher then stopped her and said, "I would gladly teach you exactly what happened." She paused for a second, then finished with, "If I knew exactly what had happened." The class gasped. She doesn't know what happened? How could this be? Their own teacher didn't know what exactly happened. She's their history teacher. Now it was time for Jeffrey to ask the second most important question. How do you not know? It was obvious that the teacher was ashamed. No one does. No one knows for sure 100% what happened for any event in history. We're going off of what others have left behind, like diaries, articles, whatever we get our hands on. Yeah, I could show you what our history is like in the eyes of other countries, but that would completely ruin your view on it. It's best to keep our history classes the way they are." The class sat there, in awe of what they just heard. It's true, they really don't know if what they've been learning for the past years is real, hard facts. "Well, I guess that makes some sense," Carol said to break the silence. "You can't really trust everybody, and if we do start learning something new that other classes aren't learning, and never will, that would just confuse everyone, even us, more than we already are, I mean." "Exactly," the teacher said. "Keeping it the way it is now is best for everyone." They all agreed and went back to discussing how the British are to blame for starting the revolution.